Welcome back to another unsolicited and uneducated football analysis by your friend David Valentin. This time, Sutton United versus Stevenage. Before this game was played, I felt that Stevenage was going to walk away with all 3 points. Sutton is a team that, for the first time, is in the EFL, recently promoted as of last season, and had not won a game in the EFL. That was until Stevenage rolled into town to gift them that privilege. Um, the game went as planned, in my opinion, as I envision it. Elliot List, the one-man army, scores, and we are 1-0. And then after that, almost immediately, we conceded the equalizer. And then after that, another penalty. Second week in a row where the game is decided by granting a penalty to the opposing team in the second half, and I am hugely disappointed. The players in question that we're gonna be talking about is Luther James Wilding. It's gonna be Scott Cuthbert. It's gonna be Terrence Van Kooten. It's gonna be Chris Lines, because there are the players that are directly involved in the situation as it happened. I am disappointed because I felt, since I wasn't there, and this is the only video evidence that I have found, that we're gonna have to take the refs' word for it. To concede to a team that is in the relegation zone is hugely disappointing, especially when we are going to be playing against very tough competition as the season goes by. These are the games that you want to, that you wish that you could play again, and do overs. So with that said, we're gonna go through step by step as I envision where the problems are snowballing into obviously the disaster, and then we're gonna review the play as it developed naturally. So here we go. Let me make sure that I'm moving out of the way. Oh, and before I start, let's review what FIFA says about what a handball is. Okay, so if you allow me, this is the from the FIFA website as of 2021. This is what is defined as handball. The law no longer specifies that particular positionings are inherently unnatural, i.e., the removed language of the hand/arm is above, beyond their shoulder level, which codifies specific movements as unnatural by default, or that particular movements are always not an offense. It removed the language specifying that it should not be an offense if when a player falls and the hand arm is between the body and the ground to support the body, but not extended laterally or vertically away from the body. As such, there will likely be more gray areas in handballs that occur in these movements. Positionings next season, as more discretion has been given to referees. So as you can see here, we are telling the referee, we're putting at the discretion of the referee. And as you know, humans are failed creatures. We make mistakes. And when you are the away team, the home fans are going to be a factor in refereeing decisions. And, basically what we're telling people is that if you scream loud enough, you act violent enough, if you are complaining long enough, you may persuade the referee to do what you want, because again, we can't see where the ball hits TVC, where it hits his arm. Was it unnatural? Was it natural? We don't know. Now, an unnatural position basically grants you an unfair advantage, and that's the reason why you will call a handball, because it will be an unfair advantage while defending. But again, the fact that you add insult to injury with the red card, and how this creates the reason why Stevenage was unable to get a result, is frustrating as a fan. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let me shut up, and here we go. So here, that's where Luther, right here, should have stopped. He just freezes in time, allows that ball to be thrown back into the box, and this is where that famous pinballing happens. Now, if you can notice here, this player basically has a pincer maneuver, a lock on Chris Line's left leg, and he just basically is forcing him to go to the ground. So he's basically taking this defender away from the fray. Scott Cuthbert right here, as you guys can see. As you guys can see here, Scott. So we have Chris here, basically being taken down by that sneaky maneuver. Right? You see this right here? Sneaky maneuver. Scott is all over, like white on rice, on the player with the ball. And here we have TVC in the back, just basically looking at to see what's going on here. And there it happens, right? We don't get a good view of what happened, unfortunately, but the ball goes through. TVC doesn't have a good field of view because he obviously has Scott in front of him, and there we go. So obviously the penalty is granted. Now let's here, as in real time, you can see, boom, there, referee blows the whistle, and then here he grants the red card to TVC, which I felt was unnecessary. Some people said that it will be reviewed and rescinded. We don't know that. Let's hope so. And Joseph Anang, unfortunately, who has been defending PKs or penalties successfully for a while, fails to bring the magic this time. So as you can see, it was a complete disaster by indecisions, lack of communication, not having field awareness, and again, the FIFA itself letting the referee to have the leniency of making what he felt was the right decision. Well, with that said, my friends, we move on. We can fight battles that have been fought and decided. We just have to move forward. There's a lot of football to be played. And like I always say, being a Stevenage fan is not easy. If it was easy, half the universe will be Stevenage fans. Football is cruel and unpredictable. And sometimes you end up with the short end of the stick. But I am very confident that this season is going to be turned around. Again, a lot of football to be played, and obviously situations like this are frustrating, but what football takes away, football gives. So with that said, come on, Tricky Reds, till the next video.